We are now recording. Don't say anything bad about me, okay? Okay. Run a 5K marathon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna generate the operational plan report. I'm gonna go up to the reports menu here, operational plan, and I'll take it down to the activity level here. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look. So the initiative is run a 5K marathon. Beautiful. Train for and run a 5K marathon. My mouth is not working here. 5K marathon. Beautiful. Perfect for a goal. Objective by March of 2025, register for a local 5K marathon for the month of June of 2025. And percent done. You got yourself assigned as the lead in here. Your activity here is research local 5K marathons to determine a list of available races. Great. Select and register for available 5K marathon. Okay. The only thing I saw in here, Brian, was you didn't put in a performance metric. So the performance metric would say, how do I know when I'm done with that particular activity? So when you say research local 5K marathons, your performance metric would be something to the effect that you have completed your research and documented it, or potentially even selected, which probably would fall under the second one, is selected the marathon. So the performance metric just says, hey, how do I know when I've successfully completed the activity? You've got the good dates in here. Same thing on the second one down here. By June 2025, train and prepare for the 5K marathon. Research training plans, develop training plan for your own, begin training for your 5K marathon. So, other than just not having a performance metric for each of the activities, the structure is perfect. Wouldn't change a thing. Good job. And you'll be getting a beautiful certificate in the mail.
Nice.
Okay. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay. The next one, let's see. Graciela. Let's go take a look. I got to tell you, I kind of snickered when I saw this in here when it says get Lincoln neutered, because you didn't say anything about being a dog or anything in there, So let's go back here and take a look. Okay. Yeah, I've got a little puppy here that is a couple years old and hasn't been neutered. My wife and I go back and forth as to whether we do that or not. It's hard for a guy to think about doing that, whereas a woman apparently is easier. I don't know. So, okay, let's take a look. Get down to the objective activity level here. Okay, let's take a look. Let me go on down here a little bit. November. Okay. The reason your activities don't show up in the report is because they don't have an ending date. For an activity to show up in a report, it has to have an ending date. So that's all. And that's we typically run into that a lot when you're doing that. So let's just kind of go back through at the goal level by November 30th, 2024, Lincoln will be neutered to reduce the risk of cancer. Great. You don't necessarily need to have the SMART at the goal level. So you've got a date in there, which is okay. But typically that's going to come down at the objective level here. So by August, which you did great here. So by August 31st, Lincoln surgery will be scheduled. By October, Lincoln surgery will be conducted. By November, Lincoln's will be recovered from surgery. That's beautiful. Let's go look at the activities here. Contact the pet hospital. Yep. Review financial plan. And again, the only thing that I see here is obviously the dates in here and the performance metric. So contact the pet hospital, discuss scheduling options. At this point in time, contact would be made and scheduling options have been discussed, or something along that line might be the performance metric in there. Does that make sense? And then obviously the dates in there. So, and the dates, because you have at your objective level, have by August 31st, 24, you have that date in there. So typically these activities would be in order. So you're going to have dates that the last date here on this last activity would be the end of August of 2024. So the other ones would fall into place before that. Does that all make sense? Okay. Go back here and take a look. Okay, surgery be conducted. Withhold food, 12 hours, give Lincoln tranquilizer medicine. Yep. Yeah, again, everything looks beautiful. The structure is perfect. Again, having beginning and ending dates in there and a performance metric would just make everything great. So perfect. Thanks. Certificate's on its way as we speak. Okay. Um, Amy, I saw you on there. Okay, great. Let's go take a look at yours here. Set up a mobile flu clinic. Let me go ahead and generate the report to start with and see how we're doing there. Oh, okay, great. Okay, so set up a mobile flu clinic to increase flu vaccination rates in Chowchilla, California. Um, and then the other goal here is to increase flu vaccination rates. Okay. Um, objective, increase flu promotion on social media. Uh, I think I would have a little bit more specific in here. So something like, by a certain date, we're going to increase flu clinic promotion on social media by 25% or something like that. And then down here we have find popular and more visible locations to set up pop-up flu clinics. Um, Again, you might want to define more locations as being, 5 more locations, 2 or 3 more locations, whatever it is, and then when you're planning on completing that.
If you look down at the bottom, it'll say obtain at least 2 location site recommendations.
Yeah, okay, so that's your performance metric at the activity level. So probably rolling that into the objective would be okay as well. So kind of like
Okay.
you have, exactly. So yeah, your performance metric is pretty much what your objective could have in it, would be obtain at least 2 location site recommendations by 12/31/24, something like that. So yeah, you've got the information in there, and that's great. Just typically you're going to have that in the objective level because a lot of people are looking at the objective level as what are we trying to accomplish, and not necessarily looking at the activity level, how we're going to accomplish it. So just kind of an FYI.
Okay.
But other than that, the structure looks great. You got the performance metrics created nicely in there, got the dates, got the people assigned. Everything's beautiful. So any questions or anything other than what we just talked about there?
Nope. Thank you for the feedback.
Okay. Let's go to our next one down here. So that would be Diego. I think I saw Diego. Yeah, I saw Diego on there. Okay. Set up electronic CCS referrals. Okay, let's go ahead and generate our report here. Okay, looks like we may have the same issue here at the activity level. Yeah, so we don't have dates in the activities, and we don't have a performance metric. So the activities just won't show up in the report. But let's go back and take a look. So convert the paper CCS referral process to electronic by 12/1/24 in order to reduce the risk of visible PHI. Okay. That looks very good. Maybe a little too specific at the goal level, but not bad at all by any means. The objective level by 9/15 CCS management approval will be sought. By 10/1/24 CCS team's approval will be sought. Okay. Yeah. And then your activities here, set up a meeting with management to discuss conversion path and its purpose. All input will be heard and noted. If no objective input is received, a meeting with the CCS team will then be scheduled. Yeah, the only thing I would say is that potentially you're a level too high on here. This is really potentially an activity, but you broke it down to the activity levels as well. So it works okay this way, but like your goal basically is, a smart objective pretty much. And then your objectives are potentially steps you're going to go through to get to the goal. And then let's go look at the activities are a little bit more detail, almost the task level detail here. So let me take a look here. Set up a meeting. Yeah, no, it works okay. Again, I would go into the performance metric and say, okay, how do I know when I've successfully completed this? So maybe the meeting has been established or whatever you need to be able to do. When are we going to do that? Put the dates in there. Okay, yeah. Other than that, like I say, potentially it could be simplified a little bit by kind of moving things down a level So your goal becomes your objectives become your activities, and maybe that activity becomes part of the activity stream as well. Does that make sense, Diego?
Yes, I think it does. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Okay. That's all I see on here. Did anybody else have a chance to put a plan in anywhere else? Don't everybody raise your hand at once. Okay, well, I think you can all see, the types of plans you can put in there. Again, it can be something personal. It can be a regular plan. I would ask that everybody does take the time, now that you've seen what it kind of can look like, you see some feedback on, what may be missing. I would like everybody to go in and actually create a plan. And again, when you do, we like to send you out a nice certificate to put on your wall that basically says you've completed the operational planning portion of the training, and you're an operational planning expert at that point in time. So if nobody else has completed one, that's really all we had to do for today. If you do take the opportunity to go in and complete a plan, please just email me and I'll go through it and look at it. If there's something that I'd like to discuss with you, I'll set up a time to do that. But probably if you send me a link or just tell me where the plan is, put your initials in there, I'll go take a look at it. I'll give you some feedback on it, and then we'll get you set up for your certificate. Okay. Well, for those of you who did take the time to put those plans in there, I really do appreciate it. And I would really appreciate it if everybody will follow through and create a plan, either in here or in your normal group up here. So if you're, working in community wellness and you have a plan to put underneath there, please feel free to go in and build your plan where it belongs. And by the way, any of these plans that are in the training group down here, we can move into your normal group as well. So just, if you have one of the plans in here, like, maybe the electronic CCS referrals, we can move that into your group and everything copies up there just as exactly as you'd expect. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you for your time again today. And again, I hope to see the rest of those plans in there, and I will get Andrea to get these certificates out to these 4 folks already. Thanks, everybody.